9, 8, 7, 6. We have main engine start. 4, 3, 2, 1, and liftoff. Liftoff of the 25th Space Shuttle mission, and it has cleared the tower.
Engines at 65%, 3 engines running normally, 3 good fuel cells, 3 good APUs. Velocity 2,257 feet per second. Altitude 4.3 nautical miles. Downrange distance 3 nautical miles.
So the 25th Space Shuttle mission is now on the way after more delays than NASA cares to count. This morning it looked as though they were not going to be able to get off.
1 minute 15 seconds. Velocity 2,900 feet per second. Altitude 9 nautical miles. Downrange distance 7 nautical miles.
Looks like a couple of the solid rocket boosters blew away from the side of the shuttle in an explosion.
Flight controllers here looking very carefully at the situation. Obviously a major malfunction.
We're awaiting word. They're holding their breath just, I'm sure, as everyone else is. In the center of the fire and the smoke, you can't see any form of what was once the shuttle. You saw it just a few moments ago, about 45 seconds after liftoff, a huge fireball in the sky.
We have a report from the flight dynamics officer that the vehicle has exploded. Flight director confirms that. We are looking at checking with the recovery forces to see what can be done at this point.
And the country has been reminded how dangerous it is, and that for all of America's technological genius, it doesn't always work. This morning, just before 8 o'clock Texas time, the Space Shuttle Columbia was just about to finish a picture-perfect 16-day scientific mission. The astronauts' families were by the runway in Florida, poised for a great reunion. Instead, this was the picture that we all saw. Columbia was at 200,000 feet, going 12,500 miles an hour when it suddenly broke up under stress that we still do not understand. 16 minutes from home. We begin our field reporting with ABC's Ned Potter.
Ignition and liftoff of Space Shuttle Columbia with...
Columbia was on a science mission. 7 astronauts, 16 days, 70 experiments.
A more courageous group of people you could not have hoped to know.
This morning, the crew finished packing up for re-entry. Landing planned for 9:16 this morning Eastern Time on the runway at Florida's Kennedy Space Center. At 8:15 a.m., they fired their engines to begin their return from orbit.
This is Mission Control, Houston.
Shuttle landings are normally quiet, but at 8:53 a.m., Mission Control saw some odd temperature readings here along the left wing. A few minutes later, there were more oddities, apparently having to do with the landing gear on the left side. At 8:59 a.m., the shuttle came over Texas, still 39 miles high and moving at 12,000 miles an hour. Mission Control had its last contact with the crew.
And Columbia, Houston, we see your tire pressure messages, and we did not copy your last. Roger.
There was nothing more. People on the ground saw the streak of the shuttle breaking up.
And then suddenly things started raining down out of the sky. And it sounded like a boomerang whizzing through the air.
At 9:16 a.m., the scheduled landing time came and went. At 9:29 a.m., NASA officially declared an emergency and impounded all data for the investigations that will follow.